You wouldn't die instantly on Venus. You'd be crushed, boiled, and erased in under 5 seconds. Sounds impossible, right? But it's not. Because Venus doesn't kill you in one way, it attacks you from every direction at once. And here's the unsettling part. Scientists say it might be the most Earth-like planet we've ever found. So how can something so familiar be so brutally hostile? The moment you land, nothing feels wrong. For a fraction of a second, it's quiet. Then everything changes. Your suit begins to creak. Not loudly, just enough to make you notice. But here's the strange part. That sound isn't outside. It's your suit collapsing inward. Venus has pressure 92 times stronger than Earth. That's like being crushed under an ocean nearly a kilometer deep. Within a millisecond, the outer shell of your suit starts to buckle. Within 1 second, it fails. And that's when things get worse. Your body isn't designed for this. Your skin compresses. Your blood vessels rupture. Your organs begin to collapse under the force. You try to react, but you can't. Because by second 3, your brain is already shutting down. And just like that, it's over. But that's not even the craziest part. Because even if you could somehow survive the pressure, Venus has another way to kill you. And this one is slower, much slower, and far more painful. So what happens when the planet doesn't crush you, but decides to cook you instead? Venus doesn't just crush you, it roasts you alive. And not slowly. We're talking 465 degrees Celsius. Hot enough to melt lead. But here's the twist. You wouldn't feel it instantly. At first, it's just warmth. Then discomfort. Then your body starts sending signals. Panic signals. Your internal temperature begins rising. 39 degrees. 40, climbing fast. And this is where it gets weird. Your body tries to cool itself, but it can't. Because the air itself is already hotter than you. Sweat becomes useless. Cooling becomes impossible. After 1 minute, heat exhaustion kicks in. Nausea, dizziness, confusion. Your organs begin overheating from the inside. But that's not even the worst part. Because the air you're breathing? It's not air. It's 96% carbon dioxide. One breath. That's all it takes. Your lungs seize. Your brain screams for oxygen. You suffocate while burning alive. And just when you think it can't get worse, acid rain begins to fall. Not water. Sulfuric acid. It eats through your suit, then your skin. And that's when everything ends. But here's the real question. If Venus is this deadly, surely the closest planet to the sun must be worse, right? Wrong. Because Mercury doesn't kill you with heat. It kills you with extremes. Mercury should be the hottest planet. It's closest to the sun. It should be pure fire. But here's the contradiction. Half of it is colder than anything you've ever experienced. How? No atmosphere. No blanket to hold heat. So the moment the sun disappears, the temperature crashes. Minus 180 degrees Celsius. You land on the dark side, and at first, it feels manageable. But that's the illusion. Your fingers tingle, then go numb. And this is where it gets weird. You stop feeling cold. Your brain starts failing before your body does. You try to move, but your muscles stiffen. After 10 minutes, you can barely stand. After 30, you're disoriented. After 60, you're gone. Frozen. But that's only half the story. Because Mercury has another side. And it's the exact opposite. 427 degrees Celsius. Step into sunlight, and your body starts cooking instantly. But here's the twist. Heat isn't the real danger. Radiation is. Without an atmosphere, nothing blocks it. Your DNA begins breaking apart in milliseconds. Cells mutate, then die. You're burning from the inside out. And just when you think Mercury is the most extreme place imaginable, there's a planet that gives you hope first, before killing you in the worst possible way. Mars. And what happens there changes everything. Mars looks safe. That's the trap. It feels familiar. Rocky ground. Daylight. A horizon that almost looks like Earth. But here's the truth. Mars doesn't kill you instantly. It lets you believe you can survive. And that's what makes it dangerous. The air looks breathable, but it's almost entirely carbon dioxide. You take one breath, and your body panics. You gasp. Faster. Harder. But no oxygen comes in. And this is where it gets terrifying. Your suit ruptures. Not dramatically, just a small tear. But that's enough. Mars has almost no pressure. So the pressure inside your body escapes. Fast. Your blood doesn't boil from heat. It boils from lack of pressure. Gases form inside your bloodstream. Your skin swells. Your body inflates. You're conscious for a few seconds. Then everything fades. 7 minutes later, you're gone. But that's not even the worst way Mars kills you. Because if your suit holds, the planet finds another way. Dust storms. Not strong, but relentless. Tiny particles slip into everything. Your oxygen system clogs. Your equipment fails. And slowly, silently, Mars shuts you down. But here's the bigger question. If rocky planets are this deadly, what happens when there's no ground at all? Because the next world doesn't let you stand. It swallows you whole. You can't land on Jupiter because there's nothing to land on. And that's where things start going wrong. You fall, not for seconds, but deeper and deeper into endless clouds. At first it feels calm. But here's the strange part. The deeper you go, the more the planet wakes up. Winds hit 300 kilometers per hour. Then stronger. Lightning begins forming around you. Massive bolts, powerful enough to light entire cities. And then one hits. Everything shuts down. Power gone. Oxygen failing. Temperature dropping. You're trapped, falling, inside a storm that never ends. But that's just Jupiter. Because Saturn doesn't need storms to kill you. Its rings do. Billions of ice fragments, moving faster than bullets. One impact, and your journey ends instantly. And then there's Uranus, where pressure can turn carbon into diamonds, including you. And Neptune, winds so fast, they tear your body apart before you even realize it. But here's the final twist. The most distant world, Pluto, might be the quickest death of all. In under 3 minutes, you freeze solid. No pain, no struggle, just silence. So here's the question no one asks. If every world in our solar system is trying